More than 10 domestic flights have been affected after the Civil Aviation Authority grounded some SAA and Comair planes. SAA says 4 flights were cancelled this morning. It's now combined flights and deployed bigger aircraft to accommodate affected passengers. 8 British Airways and 1 Kulula flight were affected. Passengers have been advised to check the status of their flights before going to the airport. The Civil Aviation Authority says affected Comair and SAA aircraft cannot take to the skies until issues identified by it have been resolved. Airports Company South Africa says it's working with the airlines on their contingency plans and on the potential impact on operations. Well, for more on this story, we cross to our reporter Mbalenhle Mthethwa, who's been standing by at OR Tambo for us this morning. Thanks very much, Mbalenhle, for your time. So, it seems as though the airlines have managed to make some other arrangements for passengers, but to your knowledge, what's the extent of the disruption, if any?
Good afternoon, Nompu. What we seem to be witnessing today is a well-managed crisis. We know the news broke last night, as early as last night, and the expectation that the people who are going to be traveling this morning were going to experience some difficulties getting to their destinations, but this was not the case. I have been speaking to a number of passengers passing by here at the airport, and they are telling me that they have not experienced any disruptions. All their plans, travel plans, have gone according to plan. One person that I spoke to, who is an employee of the company, of the airport rather, and he was telling me that he was expecting to see people running around and he was expecting to see a lot of chaos first thing this morning. However, this was not the case. So it seems to be one of those well-managed crises. We've also heard from various stakeholders, including AXA, that's written a press statement rather, where they have informed us that they are engaging with both affected parties, both Comair and SAA. We also heard in the news from the script that you've just read from, that SAA did bring in bigger aircrafts in order to try and alleviate the pressure from the planes that would have actually that have been grounded and that would have been en route to the various destinations. Now, this recent event begs a very big question, begs the question as to whether some of the reports that have been in the media are true. You know, we've heard news in the media about a Mango airline, that a Mango aircraft rather, that had to come back to OR Tambo for an emergency landing, which then sparked conversations or allegations in the Sunday newspapers about an SAA subsidiary using counterfeit parts to maintain some of these aircraft. So the timing of this grounding of airplanes, particularly those that are maintained by SAA subsidiary, is very suspect to say the least. But I will be speaking to SAA spokesperson Tladi, who will be joining me later to just verify and just get more information around the grounding, the contingency plans, as well as these allegations. We know that in the papers we have read about these claims being refuted. However, it would be interesting to get first-hand, hear about this first-hand from Tladi. For now, though, Nompu, it's back to you in studio.
Thanks very much. That's my colleague Mbalenhle Mthethwa reporting from OR Tambo International. Despite a